Welcome to Fantastic Vision. Please subscribe us before you watch today's video. In recent years, the United States has continuously increased its chip restrictions, from targeting individual companies to the entire chip industry, from directly cutting off chip supply, stopping foundry to restricting the export of advanced semiconductor equipment, with the aim of obstructing the development of China's chip industry. In this regard, not only China is deeply touched, but also the lithography machine giant ASML, because lithography machines are the top priority of US restrictions. However, ASML President Fuqua said that the world cannot do without Chinese chips. What does this mean? The United States has a great advantage in chips, has mastered the most basic chip technologies and corresponding patents, and many American chip giants have also made a lot of money around the world. Despite this, they still try their best to obstruct the development of China's chip industry. Take Huawei as an example. Not only did it directly cut off the supply of high-end chips, but it also asked TSMC and Samsung to stop foundry Korean chips. There are also Chinese wafer factories, such as SMIC. In order to obstruct China's production of high-end chips, the United States directly restricted ASML from shipping high-end lithography machines. It previously restricted high-end EUV lithography machines, and now it restricts mid to high-end immersion DUV lithography machines. The point is that the United States not only restricts advanced lithography machines, but also other cutting-edge semiconductor manufacturing equipment, which is China's shortcoming. For this reason, China carefully analyzed the current situation and began to focus on the development of mature process chips. On the one hand, it is relatively easy to develop mature processes, not only because the technical level requirements are not so high, but the key is that mature process equipment is not restricted. On the other hand, mature process chips are still the mainstream, accounting for about 70% of the overall chip demand. Therefore, China began to accelerate the expansion of mature process chip factories, and SMIC alone invested in building 4 wafer fabs in succession. Once the mature process is solved, most of China's chip demand will be solved. The so-called mature process chips are traditional process chips, generally referring to chips with a process of more than 28 nanometers, which are mainly used in automobiles, home appliances, displays and other fields. China has made great efforts in this regard. In recent years, the number of wafer fabs invested and planned to be built in the mainland ranks first in the world. Under such circumstances, the chip production capacity of mainland China has increased rapidly. According to semi-estimates, by 2025, the chip production capacity of mainland wafer manufacturers will increase by 14%, with monthly deliveries of 10.1 million pieces, accounting for about 1/3 of the world's total chip production. Soon, the rapid growth of China's mature process production capacity also attracted the attention of the United States. Although the profit of mature process chips is relatively low, the supporting facilities in mainland China are very complete, with greater cost advantages and stronger competitiveness. It can be said that if this development continues, China's mature process chips will achieve dominance, and I am afraid that the United States will also be inseparable. Therefore, the U.S. Department of Commerce began to take action to investigate the use of mainland mature process chips by U.S. companies, in order to see the degree of dependence of U.S. companies on China's mature process chips, so as to provide reference for the next chip restriction measures to be implemented. Not long after, the European Union, like the United States, also began to investigate the relevant situation of the European chip industry. This seems to have caused dissatisfaction with ASML, because such actions by the United States and the European Union may further expand the restrictions on mature processes in the future. Once this happens, the range of lithography machines shipped by ASML to Chinese companies will be further reduced, which will inevitably have a serious impact on ASML's revenue. You know, ASML's performance in the first quarter of this year has declined, and the decline is beyond expectations. In this case, ASML's revenue from the mainland still accounts for 49%, which shows how important the mainland market is to it. Therefore, ASML's new president Fuqua said in an interview recently that the EU is now asking the European chip industry for its views on expanding the production capacity of mature process chips in the mainland. I think the world needs mature process chips produced in the mainland. Fuqua said that Europe cannot even meet its general chip demand. The global demand for mature process chips is rising sharply, especially in the automotive industry. German cars need more mature process chips, which Europe cannot meet at all. If you want to slow down other people's production speed, you need alternatives. It is meaningless to prevent others from producing what you need. It can be seen that ASML's new president Fuqua has a lot of grievances. This is no wonder. The United States has restricted the shipment of EUV and immersion DUV to Chinese companies. If mature processes are restricted again, ASML's losses will be immeasurable. In this regard, some foreign media directly stated that the ASML president's statement caught the United States by surprise, and it also reflects the voice of the global semiconductor process equipment industry. If the United States continues to expand restrictions, I am afraid that equipment companies will collectively rebel.